Okay, here's going to be my setup for today. I'm going to use this little gimbal here. It's a Hohem iSteady Mobile Plus. It's about 4 years old probably. Put the phone on that, and I'm going to pair it with my wireless mic, which is a Fulame X5 system. Just has a little receiver here. It's really small. USB-C here. I'm going to plug into my phone. One disadvantage is to get it plugged in, I need to take the case off the phone because my case gets in the way. I'll put this, I've been using this for quite a while now. But we'll just try this real simple setup and walk down the road and just see how steady I can get it. And walk down the... If I get this handle too far back, the thing quits working on me. See how steady this is. Shooting right into the sun. Poke the camera down just a little bit. See how smooth it is. Running in HD, FHD mode at 30 frames per second. Okay, I got it on the 3x lens here. See how steady I can do my walking here. Angle. I didn't know if I'd be able to do that on the fly like that. It seems like I can. Go to selfie mode. I still gotta hold it out a ways. I'm gonna speed up the pan just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna try this here. Trying to get my glove on, that's why I'm a little... I can't turn this camera on and off with my gloves on. That's the biggest problem. We're gonna go down the road here and just try this minimalist setup. Every time I stop the camera, I have to take my glove off. If I had it on a tripod and I was relying on a tracking, I'd put it in the Hohem app on the phone, and I could just hold my hand up and use the palm of my hand to start and stop the recording, which is kind of handy, but I don't know how accurate it is. I'm not going to do a lot of selfie type stuff here. I haven't figured out how to use that app and have it focus on the background like I want. Train's coming in. Yeah, the sun's gonna poke out from the clouds here. I'm not using the Hohem app now to do face tracking. I'm just holding the camera up relying on the standard video mode, not even the pro mode. I didn't think that was necessary. Got my gloves off. It's probably about 35 degrees out here. Not too bad. No wind. That makes all the difference in the world. Still have the beautiful grasses here. And I'm just shooting in full HD, 30 frames per second, not even 60. I want to make editing on my 10-year-old computer just simple as I can do it, and just see if I can get adequate quality. These grasses are just about as tall as I am, I think. This is the wide angle lens on the camera, and I do have electronic stabilization on, which if I didn't have that on, unfortunately part of my gimbal would show in the picture on the right side. But with electronic stabilization on, it narrows the view down just slightly to where that's out of the picture. Of course, I could, to get it out of the picture, I could put the handle directly behind the camera for like a low angle shot, but that becomes problematic. I can see the sun poking out of the clouds there just a little bit. This wide angle lens, I don't believe even has ability to focus. You don't get that capability till you jump up to the normal lens. But it doesn't need to. Most everything's in focus on it. You can see how smooth it looks going down the road. Let me angle it back. I've got the pan set real slow on this gimbal. So when I turn the gimbal, it's very slow to react. Got a car coming up. I'll just step off in the ditch here so I don't distract them too much. You know, believe it or not, I've got it on the 3x lens here, and you can actually walk with this gimbal, and look how smooth it looks. There's a few things these phones do better than expensive, like Canon cameras that I've used. The picture looks a little grainier. It's not as smooth a picture. And the data rate on these video files isn't as high, so you get more digital artifacting, say in the highway here as I'm moving. I'll see if that's noticeable. See if we can walk down the dirt road. No, yeah, I think it's going to be too muddy there. See, somebody went down it all the way. There's 10 times zoom. It's a digital zoom past 3. Let's see what that looks like. It's picking up the traffic from a mile away there. Now we're back to the 1x zoom lens, which is arguably the best camera on the cell phone here. This is just an S22 Samsung. Yeah, I'm not going to go down that. You can see see if I can get down there. It's got ice this morning. Just experimenting this morning with the phone, just because I can. I really like my other camera, but see if this is doable. If I was wanting to take a picture or a video of me taking pictures, I can certainly use this combo. I saw some action here yesterday. Not sure what exactly they were doing, but I see some of the nylon rope. That's from this fiber optic. No, maybe they're just using that to pull the cover off here. But some of that rope that's in that tubing that they put along the road. Some old barbed wire here. Well, this is at 4.9 times zoom. You can see in the tree line there's this one tree just right of center line. There's that big, almost looks like some red leaves. Then you go over to the left side of the screen here. There's this one tree, must be a cottonwood down there, just towers above everything else. And then you see the elevator at Walton. It's about 5 miles away. Maybe only 4 by the way the crow flies. Let's cross the road in the ditch here. There's a lot of hedge apples down in there. We got some geese flying overhead. If you can see those. Get a little higher here. Well, let's go across here. I thought they would take the whole thing down. See, it's just barely held up there. Comes a car. See how it kind of comes out of the ground here. And the other roots comes out of the ground. See if I can get it to... I don't like this little joystick control on this gimbal. It's a little bit fast acting. I can set that for a slower speed, I guess. Used to be my neighbor across the road from me. Kind of busy this morning. Yeah, here's looking into the corner of that property with 160 acres. You can tell there's an old fence here. You can see the deer trail between that post and where that gate starts. This gate's about tore down. Probably come running across there. Used to be an extra set of fence line in there. Across, there's a pond further back here. Let's go into my field drive here. It's got the hedge balls on the ground here. Looks like there's an old no trespassing sign, if you can see it there. Better look at it there. All rusty. That hedge post there. Used to get my hedge wood up in this tree line here. Tell the guy who farms it, so I just side trim it. And that lost all my good hedge wood. You can see in the field here is a pile of hedge balls. Well, there's some down here too. Yeah, right down there. It's amazing how many hedge balls there are in this country. And there's some deer tracks right down there. And they come up in this field drive here. If you look straight ahead there, there's a bunch of hedge balls right in the middle of the picture there. Check my videos out on Hedge Balls City, where I did a little spoof of hedge balls. Looking back at my, call it the forest, just my shelter belt. And in the field here, the snow hasn't melted yet because it doesn't get the sunlight. So in the wintertime, it's always wet back here. Train coming. Hawk making noise, or a crow. Car coming up behind me. I stuck a deer stand halfway into that field, so I'd be about a quarter-mile away. Right at the end of the waterway. Well, we're up about up to my corner here. Hope you enjoyed the walk with me this morning. Didn't know it'd be this nice this morning. All depends on the wind. Here comes Kitty. Come here. Come here. Come here. How you doing, huh? How you doing? Good mama cat.